morning and welcome to Elsewedy Electric Energy Solutions. Thank you very much for joining us today for this important event. And it's great to have you with us, and I hope that you are all well. This is a special live-streamed webinar brought to you by Elsewedy Electric. My name is Richard Thompson. I am the Editorial Director of MEED, the Middle East Economic Digest, and I will be your moderator for today's broadcast. The purpose of today's broadcast is to look at the future of the energy sector in the Middle East and around the world, and to discuss Elswedy's vision for energy today and for energy tomorrow. Elsewedy Electric, as I'm sure all of you know, is one of the biggest and best known energy solutions providers in the region, with a long history of delivering incredible projects across the Middle East, North Africa, and around the world. Elsewedy aims to enhance communities by creating efficient infrastructure and energy solutions delivered with passion, with expertise, and teamwork, and with a focus, of course, on customer satisfaction. Elswedy's portfolio is grouped into 5 key divisions that are carefully integrated to provide the customer with an end-to-end solution, hence meeting customer expectations. And the 5 divisions of Elsewedy are wire and cable, electrical products, engineering and construction, smart infrastructure, and infrastructure investment. Today's webinar aims to provide you with the opportunity to engage with the Elsewedy team and to find out more about Elsewedy Electric and how they can support your operations in infrastructure, energy, and electrical solutions. Over the next 2 hours, we will hear from 9 speakers from across Elsewedy Electric who will present their outlook across a range of areas, technologies, and other aspects of operations covering energy transformation, strategy, technology, products, and markets. We will also include today a special focus on Saudi Arabia, the region's biggest market. Today's speakers will be speaking across several virtual stages, and I'm here to help you navigate between each of the stages as we go through today's broadcast so that you don't miss a thing. Now, if you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you will see an icon that says stage or stages. And when it comes to the end of one speaker and we want to move to another stage, I will indicate that you should go to the stage icon on the left-hand side of your screen, and then you click on the icon and you select the stage that I advise that the next speaker will be appearing on. So, for example, we're currently on stage 1, and after we've had our initial session, we will move to stage 2, and you use the icon on the left-hand side of your screen to select stage 2. Today's broadcast is also being delivered live. We are live streamed, and that gives you the opportunity to submit questions and to make comments and to get involved and engaged in today's conversation. And you can do that on the right-hand side of your screen. You will see there is a tab on the top right-hand corner that says Stage. And if you want to send in a question or make a comment on today's conversation, click on the Stage icon, the Stage tab, at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Okay, well, I think that's more than enough from me. I will see you again in a few moments as we move from session to session, but I'm absolutely delighted to introduce for our keynote comments today for this broadcast, Engineer Ahmed Elsewedy, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer of Elsewedy Electric. So I'm delighted to welcome Engineer Ahmed, and I will hand over to him now. Thank you very much.
Morning, everybody. Thank you very much, Richard. Thank you, everybody, for this real introduction. I'm very honored to be with you. I welcome all our customers, all our partners, mainly our partners. It's really an honor to be with all of you today. I'm Ahmed Sewedy, the CEO and the president of Elsewedy Electric. We are Elsewedy Electric working in the energy sector over 40 years now, 50 years even. We are mainly focusing on the solutions. We are now working in more than 70 countries worldwide, between North Africa, Gulf region, Asia, Latin America, and Europe. We are manufacturing in more than 40 countries worldwide. Mainly, our biggest investors in Africa, and now we are have been in Saudi over 15 years now. We are honored to be in Saudi. Also, we'd like just a small idea about our company. We are working in 5 sectors, mainly manufacturing, cable transformers, smart metering worldwide. Focusing on the EPC, we have built more than 10,000 megawatt in the last 5 years. Transmission lines, we did over 10,000 kilometers of transmission lines. We did a lot of distribution. The same thing, we are investing a lot in the energy. We own power stations in Greece, in Egypt, in Africa, and we're investing a lot in power, in water. We do work a lot also in water by desalination and recycling of water. We are honored to be one of the really key in Egypt and in the region. And also we are really investing a lot in the industrial cities and in the technology. In the last days, in the last 3 or 4 years, we have invested a lot in technology. We have a Swedish technology and 3W Network, one of our main companies working either in the ITS, intelligence transportation systems of Egypt, also working data centers, and in other things, smart meters, smart solutions, smart grids, and so on. We believe very much in the working in Saudi. Saudi is one of the best markets we are focusing at. We believe in investing in Saudi. Investing means working in electricity, working in manufacturing either cables and other things coming soon within the next 2 years. Because we believe this is one of our best markets, and will be one of our headquarters in the region will be in Saudi. The point that really we are working in, that we're not only coming to make one project and to leave. Most of the countries we have been working in the last 40 years, we have been there to stay and to invest and to work with the people there and to invest in the locals and to work with them. And it's really an honor to expand our business in Saudi and to go ahead. Other thing, we transfer a lot of technology to this country in what we are doing and to work a lot in the Saudi market. Thank you very much. We are honored to be with you, and I hope that we can see you soon, face to face, after we pass this part of the COVID-19 and this situation. Also, we'd like to focus a lot that our company, we focus a lot on the safety of our employees, of our partners. This is one of our main points that we focus a lot on the safety of our people even around us. And the same thing, we work a lot on the environment to be green, and this is also one of our main issues with all our factories. The environment is one of our main issue to manufacture. Thank you very much. Hope the best. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Shukran Kaziran, Engineer Ahmed. Thank you very much for those comments. If I might just ask you a question. You've outlined a range of a diversification of your business in smart technology, in investments, in electricity, in manufacturing. And we know that the energy sector is going through a huge transition. So how does this change your strategy for your business? You know, how do you see your business changing over the next decade?
We believe that everything is transferred to be electric. By other means, now they're focusing a lot of the renewables is taking a lot of part of the business. So we must, of course, and all of us, we have to focus on renewables. With the pollution and the environment have been really a problem for everybody. And all the countries now focusing on the renewables. The same thing, everything is transferred to be electricity. Electric trains, electric cars, and everything to be even green. So I believe the investments of energy, investments of electricity, the transfer of everything to be electrical, this is a great, great change worldwide. In all our life, from the moment that we woke up in the morning until we sleep at night, how our life is mainly focusing on electricity and how it's been transferred.
And for a company as large and as established as Elsewedy Electric, you have a long, long history in EPC work and manufacturing around the world. Looking forward over the next 10 years, you talked about renewables, about digital and smart technology. So does that mean that you will be looking for new partners and new skills that suit this next generation?
Of course, we're looking for new partners, looking for new skills, investing in the smart technology, because even everything now, electricity, water, whatever you name it, is linked with the smart and with the technology. So it cannot be pure electricity. It has to be smart electricity. Smart, even investing in these things, smart is one of the major points. So we cannot miss that the company for this region, we are investing a lot in the Sewedy technology, investing a lot on 3W network, investing a lot on the software, and how to add new things related to our business.
Engineer Ahmed, thank you very much for your keynote comments. You've summarized perfectly, I think, the sort of the big picture. Thank you for delivering those comments. And I think that sets up our conversations perfectly for the rest of today. So shukran jaziran.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we shall move, following on from those comments, we shall move now to an Elsewedy Electric video. It's a corporate video that just sets out some of the themes that we've just heard from Engineer Ahmed and will help us frame the conversation for the rest of today. So we will now play the video.
As the world seeks a way forward to a greener planet and mitigate the dangers of global warming, the need for innovative clean energy solutions is imperative. Elsewedy Electric Group empowers communities by creating efficient infrastructure and energy solutions delivered with passion, expertise and teamwork focused on customer satisfaction. The group operates 22 manufacturing facilities and 80 representative offices internationally, with 34 years of operational experience exporting to over 110 countries. With a diverse and passionate global workforce comprising more than 15,000 employees, of which 80% are locally skilled manpower. Our broad portfolio is grouped into 5 key divisions: wire and cable, electrical products, engineering and construction, smart infrastructure, and infrastructure investment. The group's flagship wire and cable division produces the highest quality cables regionally, with an annual capacity exceeding 350 kilotons manufactured across 12 factories. The division offers low, medium, high and extra high voltage power cables, along with special cables, conductors, OPGs, fiber optics and cable accessories, exporting to over 100 countries. The Electrical Products division produces a wide range of power, dry and oil transformers, manufactured in 7 facilities across the Middle East, Africa and Southeast Asia, with an annual capacity exceeding 18,000 megavolt ampere. The Engineering and Construction division executes fast-track turnkey projects in more than 23 countries, managed by professional engineering teams delivering in excess of 23 gigawatt of power over the past 15 years. The division excelled by providing more than 23,000 kilometers of distribution lines. The contracting subsidiaries support national projects ranging from port construction, mobility, industrial and environmental solutions. Our Smart Infrastructure division provides smart meter management, grid and industrial automation, and system integration services, as well as data centers and intelligent transportation systems. while the Infrastructure Investments Division invests in power generation plants as an independent power producer, IPP, and fully fledged utility development. The group enables a comprehensive business environment by building industrial and logistical parks in one full service area. Driven by our passion for excellence and enabled by our global reach, Elsewedy Electric continues to invest in people's potential through a strong governance foundation by providing the resources for a greener, more sustainable world. Elsewedy Electric, empowering a better life.
Well, I think that video crystallizes perfectly the comments from Engineer Ahmed Elsewedy, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Elsewedy Electric. It summarizes, I think, also the huge amount of diversity in the energy sector today, whether it's in traditional EPC or cable manufacturing or smart technologies. And as Engineer Ahmed said, this transition away from fossil fuels to renewables and sustainability is really changing every aspect of business in the electricity sector and the energy sector. And that is why today's program is perfectly suited to this range of topics. We have 9 different speakers across multiple platforms today. We've just heard from the Chief Executive of Elsewedy Electric, the sort of keynote comments, and in a moment we shall move on to look at Saudi Arabia. Now, Engineer Ahmed talked about the importance of the Saudi market to Elsewedy, but I think we're all aware just of how big and how important Saudi Arabia is to the entire regional economy and to many, many businesses. Saudi Arabia is the biggest market in the region, and it is the center for global oil production and export. And it is going through a huge transformation itself, with some huge amounts of investment going into infrastructure and energy, as well as a sort of opening up of the Saudi economy. So incredibly important story in Saudi Arabia, and that is why the next 2 sessions of today's broadcast will focus on the Saudi market. So immediately after my comments now, we will move to stage 2 for a focus on Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia, and that will be followed by the energy sector transformation in Saudi Arabia. Once we've been through the Saudi sessions, we will then move on at about midday Dubai time, UAE time. We will move on to engineering and construction solutions from Elsewedy, so the E&C part of the business. Following that, we will move on to technology solutions, and we will have a 20-minute session on technology solutions. And then that will lead us on to our first panel discussion, in which we look at the product portfolio from Elsewedy, and we will have a panel of 3 representatives talking about different issues there. And then finally, for the final 20 minutes of today's session, we will have a Q&A section where we have a panel discussion that I will moderate, and I invite you all to use the stage tab on the right-hand side of your screen. You can use the stage tab to send in questions or send in comments at any time through the day. I will moderate your questions, I will put them to the speakers, and we can use them in the panel discussion. And just one final reminder, on the right-hand side of your screen, sorry, on the left-hand side of your screens, you can see a stages icon, and that stages icon is how we can jump from stage to stage through the day. We have 9 speakers, all appearing on different virtual stages, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So you will use the stage icon on the left-hand side of your screen to jump between stages. Okay, so now let's move on to the next session. So this session, we're going to hear from Engineer Mazen Alkylany, who is the Country Sales and Marketing Director for Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia, and he is going to be talking about Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia on stage 2. So if you now go to the stages icon on the left-hand side of your screen, click on stages and select stage 2. And I will see you there in just a moment with Engineer Mazen. Well, Welcome to stage 2 for our second session of the Elsewedy Electric Energy Solutions broadcast. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Engineer Mazen Alkylany, who's the Country Sales and Marketing Director for Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia. And Engineer Mazen is going to present Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia. Over to you, Engineer Mazen.
Thank you, Richard. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, our big value customers. This is Engineer Mazen Alkylany from Sewedy Electric. I'm the KSA Country Director, Sales and Marketing. We are here just to give you a few words about our big company, Sewedy Electric, our multinational company. We will start to see here we are in Saudi Arabia, and we are leading the energy solution in all the area. And Saudi Arabia, you know better than me, it's the one of the biggest markets. So we are here in Saudi Arabia. We have the big team here. You will see later. Our vision here to be the worldwide leader in delivering energy services and value, and the mission to deliver efficient integrated energy solution to exceptional and expert with exceptional and expert service to our customers, to the countries and to the committees. I will give you just a brief about Sewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia. You can see here the map about Sewedy Electric timeline. In 2006, the thinking to be in Saudi Arabia and to make investment start. Then in 2009, the first entity in Saudi Arabia, the cables factory, is already started in Saudi Arabia and started manufacturing. And from that time, we have done a lot of job to be there and to be with the customers, to be with the end users. Today, as their 2030 vision, we are thinking to make more and more investment plan to be more in Saudi Arabia for the coming years. This is the main business line which we are working. Already we have our wire and cable factory. It's in Yanbu. We are selling other products like transformers, like meters, like joint and termination. My colleagues later in their presentation will give you more details data about it. We are also, as a contracting, we are providing the engineering solutions and construction for the EBCs and for the transmission and for the switch gears. Today we are thinking and we start to go for the smart infrastructure. Most of you know better than me about what is the future. The future is going for the smart, for the renewable energy. So we are now trying to invest, and we are investing in smart infrastructure and for the energy and renewable energy infrastructure for the coming years also. We are as Sewedy Electric, we are market leader in many areas and many countries. We have 22 production facility around the world, and we have international offices, 48. We have 110 export market. We are providing our product to there. Our facilities is 19 in Africa, 2 in GCC, and 1 in Europe. We are providing key figures. You can see here, our corporate key figures. We are providing 23 gigawatt hour. We are delivered until 2019. Okay. Wires and cables, we are providing almost 280 kilo. For the corporate manpower, we have 15 kilo manpower. We have 15,000 employees worldwide. 20 of them is engineers, and 70 of them is the age below 40. We are also looking for the females, and we have 22 female in our team. This is just a brief about our factory in Saudi Arabia. It's in Yanbu. Okay, the area is 104. We are providing low voltage, medium voltage wires, high voltage. Also, this is the newcomer for us. Here, the products which we are responsible, myself and my team, to provide in Saudi Arabia. Okay, it's all installed, most of it delivered, installed, and already run. We have power and special cables. We have transformers, and we have meters and other electrical product. Most of this, my colleagues later will give you more details about it. The services now, we have 2 contracting companies responsible for energy solutions, and our newcomer is Elsewedy Electric Trading. This is our newcomer to Saudi Arabia, which we are looking to. Already we start. We have our CR, and we will be one of the market leader on this business, inshallah. Our investment and manufacturing facilities, the investing plan for the coming years, we started in the cables, as I have mentioned. Now we have our new factory in Riyadh, and this factory will be our new plan for investing. Okay, it will be most of our products and most of our portfolio will be in this big factory. It's here in industrial area in Riyadh, and the opening will be announced later. We are here. You can see most of the biggest project in Saudi Arabia and most of the biggest project announced. We are there. We are approved. We deliver there. We install there, and we are ready to support even in services or in contracting. We are the guys who deliver the transformers cables for Jeddah Park. We transfer our cable and transformer. You can see joint intervention in Spark project, the biggest one. And for the new announced project like Neom, Red Sea, Khaddiya, Wad al-Shamal, most of these we have the approvals, and already we have delivered our product there. This is our partner of success. Most of governmental entities we are approved there. We are approved with SEC, with Aramco, with SABIC. You can see most of the entity we are approved there. This is in a brief about Elsewedy Electric, KSA, and our investing plan for the next years. My colleagues will give you more and more details about the product, and thank you for your time.
Engineer Mazen, thank you very much for that excellent presentation, and congratulations on all of your achievements in Saudi Arabia so far. As you were speaking, we've received a number of questions from the audience. So if you have a few more moments, I would like to put these questions to you. Now, one of the viewers would like to know about Elsewedy in the water sector. So you've talked a lot about electricity, and historically power and water have been connected, but we're now seeing power and water sort of separating a little bit. So is the water sector something of interest to Elsewedy?
Yeah, of course. We already deliver and installed our product cables and transformer in the very big project, a huge project last year. It was 9 satellite stations with SWCC. So we are very interested on this section, and we are working on this segments hardly. We assigned one of my colleague to be segment manager for this segment.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I have another question for you. One of the big important policies in Saudi Arabia is the localization policy, the sort of increasing in-kingdom value added policy. What is how does that affect Elsewedy, and what is your strategy for local content development?
Yes, exactly. This is a very good question. Exactly. For that, I have mentioned we start our factory in Yanbu. Okay, most of the products is made in KSA, and we take it from the local entities. And because of we are very looking for 2030 vision, and we are aligned with this 2030 vision, we decide, and Engineer Ahmed, our CEO, decide to make more and more investing in Saudi Arabia. So we are going to bring our entities and our knowledge from our head office to be here in Riyadh to start manufacture our products, okay, and to be local manufacturer in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you very much for that. One question that often comes up in Saudi is a question of capacity. So you have this huge investment program in Saudi Arabia as part of Vision 2030, and in your presentation you mentioned so many mega projects. Is there enough capacity in the market? I guess I'm asking about challenges, but capacity and skills is one challenge. Is there enough?
We are expand ourselves. Today we are good in terms of capacity, and we are starting to expand ourselves. We are bring a lot of machines. I'm talking about the cable factory to extend our capacity and to be much with the market.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I'm going to ask you a couple of questions that have come from the audience, but I don't know if I understand the questions, so I will read them out. And you might have to explain the question, or even it might not be something you can answer. So this one is about water. It says, 4 water meters have approval from National Water Company or not? So I think this is asking about NWC approvals for water meters. Is that
as a cables, we are approved from National Water Company.
Okay. Okay, then the next question. As far as installation works go, is Elsewedy interested in providing further protection to various cables depending on their criticality by way of flame-resistant cable coating? I hope that question makes sense.
Yes, we are, as I have mentioned, we are trying to expand ourselves and to add new products to our portfolio. All of these kind of cables, it's under study now with our technical department, and we have very ambitious plan to add most of these cables to our portfolio. Right now it's under study, but it's in the near future it will be there.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we have just 5 minutes left with Engineer Mazen, so if anybody has any more questions for Engineer Mazen, please send them in as soon as possible, and we will get through them. And we've also had a question about the availability of the presentations. Yes, the presentations will be made available to everybody who is registered to watch the broadcast today. We will send out links after the event to everybody who is registered, and you can access all of the presentations and take your time to study them and get into a bit more detail. Now, Engineer Mazen, Saudi Arabia, or we heard from Engineer Ahmed in his Keynote comments this morning about the sort of I guess it's the diversification of the business and the energy sector into renewables, into smart technology, into electrification. How do you see that affecting competition in the market for you? I mean, are you going to be competing against data companies and transport companies? What does it look like in the future?
Yeah, let me tell you more, since we have a little bit sometimes. The competition in the market is very high, and to be ready for this, now we restructure our organization. Today we are available mostly in most of the regions in Saudi Arabia. We have 3 main offices: the head office in Riyadh, we have office in Jeddah, and we have office in Dammam. We have our sales rep and sales engineers available in South region, in Eastern region, Northern region. So we are trying our plan and our strategy to expand ourselves to reach to the customer and to avoid the small markets which have big competition. No, we are looking for the customers. We are trying to reach to the customer in their business. So we are ready for the competition. During the last 2 years, the management of the company, the management of the factory changed, and we have restructured all the team. So yes, we took already the steps to be more close to the customers, to be more close to the end users. We have prescription team ready to answer any question. The guys, we have segments now. We are going for to create our segments manager, to create our vision with each main area, which is with each main segments, like what you have mentioned, NWC, SWCC, with SEC, with this. And also we are the one of the main supplier for SEC. Our products, all of our ranges is already approval with Saudi Electricity Company. So yes, there is big competition, but we are ready, and we have took all the steps to be in this market, and we are and also we are looking for 2030 vision. So this we have the ambition. The market will be have more and more challenges and more opportunity. So we need to be ready for that.
Okay, a couple more questions. The first one was about transformers. What type of transformers does Elsewedy Electric produce?
I will speak in a brief about it. We are delivering dry, oil, and power transformer. We have presentation in details later with my colleagues. Islam Tariq will give you more and more details, but answer the question. We are delivering dry, oil, and power transformer.
Okay, thank you very much. I know that you've not got much time to go into detail on such a big topic, so I appreciate that. And I'm getting a lot of questions coming in about water meters. So I don't know if you answered this already, but it says the approval of water meters, are they approved by NWC? This is important for smart meters, it says.
For the smart meters,
yes,
or for the cables? For the smart meters, not, we are in a process, but it's not yet. But we are in the process.
Okay, and then we have another question about your in the private sector expansion in Saudi Arabia. There's a question about connections with local. I guess it's about competition with local companies. Is that one of the challenges for a company coming from international markets into Saudi Arabia, sort of penetrating the local market where you have some very big local competitors or family businesses?
Sorry, I didn't get the answer. The question.
How do you, in Saudi Arabia, there are some very strong family businesses and established businesses there. So for Elsewedy, what is your strategy in there? Do you form partnerships with the local family businesses, or how do you compete? That must be quite a difficult challenge.
If I get the question, there is a big competition in the market for the family business.
Yeah.
And what is our strategy to deliver our materials and to go through this market? Am I right? Okay, I already answered this question. Yes, we have a lot of competition here, and we have competitors in Saudi Arabia. But also we are a Sewedy, and we are a multinational company. We have all the elements to be ready and to combine. And already we are. Today we have very good growth in 2020 comparing with 2019, and in 2019 comparing with 2018. So we are on the way to grow, and we are trying now to expand our networks, to open new factories, to go for the local as a local manufacturer, to make a localization. So that will affect for sure on the competition, on the price, on availability. So we have our clear plan to go on Saudi Arabia market, even if we have a big competitors and big competition.
Okay, Engineer Mazen, thank you very much for taking all of those questions, and thank you for your presentation. That was fantastic. We've run out of time now, so thank you very much, Engineer Mazen Alkylany. You are the Country Sales and Marketing Director for Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia. And for anyone who wants your presentations, we will send links to you, and you can access Engineer Mazen's presentations. So, shukran jazeeran, Engineer Mazen, for that. I will see you soon.
Have a
Now,
seat.
we will move on to the next session. We're going to stay in Saudi Arabia, and I'm delighted that we're going to be joined by engineer Abdulaziz Alali, who is the Business Development Manager from the Ministry of Investment in Saudi Arabia. Now, engineer Abdulaziz is going to be speaking on stage 3. You are currently on stage 2. If you go to the left-hand side of your screen onto the Stages tab or icon, click on there and select stage 3, and engineer Abdulaziz Alali, the Business Development Manager from the Ministry of Investment in Saudi Arabia, will be joining us in just a few moments on stage 3. So click on the Stages tab on the left-hand side and go to stage 3, and we will see you there in just a moment. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to stage 3, and hopefully you've all successfully navigated between the stages, and it's becoming fairly straightforward for you. So we have just heard on stage 2 from engineer Mazen Alkylany, the Sales and Marketing Director for Elsewedy Electric in Saudi Arabia, and he has talked about Elswedy's plans and opportunities and challenges in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We're now going to take a step back and look at the energy sector transformation in Saudi Arabia as a theme and as a market. And I'm absolutely delighted that we are joined today by engineer Abdulaziz Alali, who is the Business Development Manager for the Ministry of Investment of Saudi Arabia. Engineer Abdulaziz, welcome to today's broadcast, Elsewedy Electric Energy Solutions. Thank you for your time, and I'm now going to hand over to you for the next 20 minutes.
Thank you, Richard. Assalamu alaikum, and good morning, everyone. It's my honor to join the webinar alongside one of the leading energy companies in the region and globally. At MISA, or the Ministry of Investment in Saudi Arabia, we've been working with the Sewedy for a while now, supporting them in establishing and expanding their business in different parts of the electrical distribution and transmission businesses. Sewedy is one of the companies that have seen the value for investing in the power sector in Saudi Arabia, given the forecasted growth and the recent improvement in the business environment, starting by achieving the best performance on the ease of doing business indicator last year, to the incentive packages and government initiatives for the localization of different manufacturing facilities. And I would like to walk you through how Vision 2030 of the Kingdom is driving value investments in the country, and specifically highlight the strategy of the power sector. So when it comes to the role of MISA, which has been upscaled in 2020 from simply an investment promotion agency and the licensor to a full-fledged ministry, now we are the enabler of investment in Saudi Arabia, and we do that by organizing reforms, by integrating government entities and developing supportive regulations. We are also unleashing opportunities. We help investors overcoming challenges and provide reassurance to the global and domestic investment community. The ministry is also working with its partners across the government and semi-government organizations to improve the investor journey, to augment effective policy reforms and drive continuous growth of our resilient economy. I will also speak with you about the energy sector in Saudi Arabia in all its aspects, and we'll walk you through the evolution of different segments, where we stand today and where we want to go up in the future, up until 2030 and beyond, inshallah. So Saudi is one of the largest producers of energy worldwide. We have a production capacity today of over 80 gigawatts, producing around 380 terawatt hours annually. They're majorly coming from thermal generation, steam, gas, liquid fuel turbines, which makes most of the power in the country coming from conventional sources. On the consumption side, Saudi Arabia is ranked number 11 in the world with respect to per capita consumption. And this is a huge indicator for substantial inefficiency on the consumption side that is actually creating opportunities on this part of the equation. So these facts, along with the with the global renewable energy initiatives, with the carbon footprint, resource efficiency, and other trendy concepts, they're creating a need to reassess how we produce and how we consume energy in the kingdom. So the reforms, the energy sector reforms or the transformation began by portraying ambitions of the energy mix at the national level, but to realize it with the vision by 2030. And we constantly revisit these ambitions to cope up with the global technology advancements. So we have these ambitions on one side. On the other side, we are expecting huge demand growth for energy based on the historical growth of 5% in the last 5 or 6 years, and the future demand growth forecast of 5% annually. So this demand is driven by the country's massive industrial, commercial, and real estate development plans. As an evidence, Saudi electricity company is projected to serve around 11 million customers by 2021 or 2022. This is up from 9.5 million customers by in 2019. So the way we plan to maneuver or to face these growth challenges in demand and to cope up with the global trends is by changing our energy mix and achieving roughly around 60 gigawatts of clean energy as part of the mix. And we plan to counter the inefficiency on the consumption side by enforcing energy saving measures. If we dig deeper into the energy mix, the renewable energy, the 60 gigawatts of renewable energy contains 40 gigawatts of solar PV. It also contains 16 gigawatts of onshore wind, and the remainder around 2.7 gigawatts of CSP and around 2 to 3 gigawatts of nuclear capacities. So now we have these targets in place, and we started executing them accordingly. So we've created a special project office for the renewable energy under the National Renewable Energy Program, which was created to become the interface for renewable energy activities in the kingdom that are related to the solar PV, to the CSP, and to wind, which allows the investors to step in the market. These activities include pre-development, tendering, and setting the localization targets in these renewable energy fields. So as I mentioned, the government has huge plans to involve the private sector, be it manufacturing, operation, or development of utilities and renewable energy to meet this demand. As I also mentioned, the majority of the renewable energy is coming from solar energy, 40 gigawatts, where the kingdom also aims to develop a major manufacturing base, which will enable us to become a leading exporter, which will support the development of solar energy in the neighboring countries as well. So the sector is already seeing promising investment. We've seen a huge deal back in 2019 of around $500 million deal, which was signed between Masdar and EDF to develop a 400 megawatts wind farm in Domat al-Jandal in the north of Saudi Arabia, which is right now under construction. And we've also seen round 2, which is expected to be awarded to the shortlisted bidder very soon. This round includes around 6 solar projects with a total generation capacity of around 1.5 gigawatts. And the investment which is expected to come out of this capacity is around 5.2 or 5.3 billion Saudi riyals. There's also a significant potential within the energy saving market. The electricity tariffs were increased twice over the past 3 years, which will narrow the gap between the market and the consumer cost. Also, another driver for the ESCO market potential, we've seen around $500 million has been set as a capital to establish a Tershid, a company under the Public Investment Fund, with the objective to fund energy efficiency projects and to build the capabilities of traditional ESCO companies, energy services companies. The country is also funding and managing the retrofit of around 260,000 public facilities across the kingdom, and also around 3 million street lights retrofit through Tershid as well. When it comes to circular carbon economy and caring for our planet, Saudi Arabia is actually at the forefront of the development of CCE. We've seen recently Saudi Aramco sending the world's first blue ammonia shipment to Japan. We've seen also NEOM launching the world's largest green hydrogen or green ammonia facility. So our approach for circular carbon economy is actually based on 4 principles, which is reduce, reuse, recycle, and remove, taking a broader approach to tackle the climate change crisis. That's it from my side. Richard, over to you.
So welcome back to stage 4, and we're going to look at engineering and construction solutions, E&C, from Elsewedy Electric. And I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Wael Hamdy, who is the vice president at Elsewedy Electric for E&C. Good afternoon, Engineer Wael.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much for joining us. Hopefully you can hear everything fine and we have no sound problems. So I'm going to hand over to you now to talk about E&C solutions.
I do hear very well, and I hope everyone from the attendees is as well hearing very well. So it's very delightful to join this today. I will not introduce myself. I will introduce the business segment I represent here directly to save the time to the attendees. So I'm here to present to you what we do at Elsewedy Electric as engineering and construction segment. This segment in specific focuses on the delivering complete solutions to our customers. So for your information, during the last decade, Elsewedy Electric was growing up in 5 different segments. I will cover 2 of them in this quick presentation. I will focus mainly on the 2 in the red square, where we do engineering and construction services and where we do act as developer for infrastructure investment projects. Under the engineering and construction division, we are, as business units, split into 4 main segments. So we do power generation projects. And when I say power generation, this includes conventional and renewable, and I will come to this in details later. We do also transmission and distribution. And when I say transmission and distribution, I mean anything can be transmitted and distributed as infrastructure. This includes electricity, water, gas, etc. And of course, in the core of this, the data and voice. So civil and construction division is one of our very strong divisions, actually, and the environmental solution where we cover mainly the water treatment, etc. In this division today, we have more than 23 countries where projects, and we have the excess of 261 projects until now delivered to our customers. So when we say power generation, we mean in a specific 57 projects until today delivered in, I mean by this the sizable projects delivered in 16 countries, totaling almost 43 gigawatt. In those projects, we acted in some cases as main contractor. Few of them we were only subcontractors, and we are proud that if you check the list of countries below, you will find we delivered projects as main contractor in all those countries, in MENA region, in Middle East, Africa, and beyond as well. But what I'm personally proud of is delivering almost 18 or working on 18 renewable projects in 11 different countries. Until now, in our portfolio, there are approximately 3,000 megawatt of renewable energy. This varies between, this includes hydro projects, many hydro projects, wind projects, PV, and CSP. So I would say that we have a unique portfolio, different sizes, different countries. The countries in bold here that are countries we own those projects, or we did deliver or are delivering those projects. Some of the countries like Iraq and Zambia and Libya are in a pre-award phase, but projects were already in a pre-award to us. What we have started almost 2 years ago, and we are progressing, I would say satisfactory, is focusing on the future of renewables. So beyond renewables, we started focusing on the two more activities: G-mobility and hydrogen as future fuel. So today we have made big effort of them. I would confidently say that we have a solution, good one, in pilot phase for hydrogen applications and for hydrogen generation. We are adapting this now to at least one of our our own facilities. We have a couple of partnerships with big names in which we focus not just on implementation of this technology, but also on development and evolution of those technologies to deliver a value add to our customer. Today, fortunately, we have those renewable projects covering the Middle East and Africa as well as Europe. Meanwhile, the next step, we started already moving our team to work on projects in CIS countries as well as Southeast Asia. Transmission and distribution, in this division, we delivered until now more than 80 projects. Some of them are unique and are exceptional projects in terms of size and complexity. Probably I would say we have the largest portfolio of overhead transmission lines, high voltage and extra high voltage and ultra high voltage overhead transmission lines, high pressure piping for different applications in different countries in Africa and Middle East. In civil and construction division, we delivered different types of projects, and this includes the public projects, bridges, lots of bridges, tunnels, mega construction, complex structures, commercial buildings, malls, hospitals, residential projects. And we have a unique division, which I would dare to say that it might be, if it is not exactly already, the largest in Middle East and Africa, as monument restoration. And we have been involved in many of the very unique projects with this division. Our environmental solution covers the seawater desalination, water purification, wastewater treatment, sewage or industrial, chemical neutralization, and electrode ionization for both river and sea water sources. We will come to those projects in specific, but now it's important also to highlight that our investment in renewable energy. Today, we invest in a portfolio of renewable energy, which we are working on enlarging it. This is a mandate we received from our shareholders, part of our initiative. Probably my colleagues did not mention this, but we are targeting carbon neutral activities by 2025. Lots of our factories today are already carbon neutral, and our focus and clear directions toward the renewable energy and carbon neutralization and carbon elimination is very clear. We have a roadmap, we follow it, and we focus on it. And that's why we also expand as investor and developer in renewables. And we have assets in operations already in Greece, in Egypt, and currently under development in Europe, Africa, and Asia, in several countries in different technologies. So I will take you quickly to some of our jewels of the crown, some of our projects that we are proud of. I would love to mention that this presentation will be made available after the webinar for you to go through it. So we have quickly in this slide an listing for the projects and locations where we did deliver, and you will see the Saudi Arabia is repeated in many of our major projects. So this is a project under implementation. We have almost 50% progress there. It's the second largest hydropower project in Africa and one of the top 10 dams in the world once completed, made of RCC. This picture is for the past president of Tanzania, Dr. Magufuli, in the inauguration of the project in the presence of most of the government of Tanzania members, as well as the chairman of Elsewedy, the CEO of Elsewedy. This project is 2,115 megawatt hydropower project. It's 134 meter height reinforced rolled compact concrete dam with 3 power tunnels and 9 Francis vertical turbine. The value of this project is almost $3 billion US, and we are the main contractor there. This is the today 3 world records are kept for this project. It's a combined cycle in Upper Egypt. Site is Bani. It's 4,800 megawatt. The 3 records we hold there, where we were actually in a consortium with Siemens. We were the main EPC contractor. Siemens' role was to supply the power units, the power blocks, and engineering, procurement and construction of all balance of plant, as well as the engineering and construction. Detailed engineering and construction for the power island was completely under our control and our scope of work. There we hold the 3 records that we are very proud of. First one, that we delivered 2,400 megawatt using 6 H-class gas turbines, the largest today in the world, in 11 months from notice to proceed. The second record, it was delivering the entire project in combined cycle, completed and connected to the grid in 27.5 months. And the third record is that this is, until today, the first and largest combined cycle power plant in this size built in one phase in the world. So this is a project we are very proud of. Just to give you a glance of what we did there, in the first 150 days of the project life cycle, we cut stones in the mountain to make the site preparation for the project equal to the size of the Grand Pyramid we have here in Giza. So our Grand Pharaohs removed this amount in 20 years. So today we did this with some equipment, of course, in just 150 days. This is our combined cycle under construction in Sharjah, in Laya. It's 1,026 megawatt. We're using their Mitsubishi gas turbines. Once operated, we expect, until other projects comes in line, to be the best efficiency of a combined cycle in United Arab Emirates, until new projects comes in line and connected to the United Arab Emirates grid. This is for DEWA, for Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, where we are the main contractor again, building project called Al Awir. It's 800 megawatt. This is Al Diwaniyah, which we delivered in Iraq on fast track basis using GE gas turbines. Ataka, which is another world record, where we completed the project connecting power to the grid in 159 days. This is using heavy-duty gas turbines, and this is unmatched record. And I think that no one will be able soon, at least, to smash this record again. Mahmoudiyya, this is another 2 gas turbines, heavy-duty, connected to the grid on fast track. It's the emergency power plant. We delivered several emergency power plant projects in several countries, in Egypt, Iraq, and in Angola. And currently we're working with other governments as well. This is in Angola. And this is, at a glance, some of the key messages we want to deliver, that the largest and most efficient combined cycle power plants we delivered as main EPC contractor. We used turbines as main EPC contractor. We outsourced our turbines from Siemens, GE, Mitsubishi, and Ansaldo. We work with all the big players in the market, and we deliver successfully with them. Renewable energy, this is our project in Upper Egypt in Aswan. It's a joint venture with EDF, Électricité de France. Those are our projects, wind and mini hydro in Greece, wind projects in Egypt. Transmission and distribution, I would say that we are the only contractor in the region with a qualification up to 500 kilovolt. And this covers several projects in many countries, as you can see, and we are working all over the region. And then the message we want to deliver is that unlike we have, let's say, a unique record of delivery and unmatched qualification. Environmental solution, I'm going through this quickly, relying on the fact that you can download later and check, and I will be available to answer any questions. In the civil and construction work, as I mentioned, we delivered different portfolio, and probably this worth mentioning that we are building the terminal, or we did already deliver most of the project of the terminal to Dubai ports as civil and construction, which makes us uniquely positioned in the terminals construction work. Adding to this, that we are currently developing the first dry port in Egypt. This is the protection of the shore of Maputo, the capital of Mozambique, under the World Bank, and this is Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So our involvement there. So we existed in Saudi Arabia as EPC contractor since almost 8 years. One of our projects where we are very proud, where we delivered the electrical and INC installations work for the project Riyadh BB12. Although that the project which was declined was Saudi Electricity Company, although that the project suffered turbulences related to the main EPC contractor, but we survived our scope thanks to the Saudi Electricity Company, and I would say that we delivered to the expectation of our customer. Same happened when we delivered when we worked for the Jeddah South under Hyundai for SEC again. It's 2,400 megawatt. And we delivered as main EPC contractor the 115 kilovolt overhead transmission line and underground cable connection of Al Qatif line 2. This is completed and handed over already, and as well as a Serafi substation 110 kilovolt in Jeddah, and other. Those are some of our clients in Saudi Arabia. We are already certified with SEC, with Aramco, with Marafiq as EPC contractor. What we leverage on is our engineering capability as well as our strong resources base that we utilize in our project.
Okay, Engineer Wael, I think that is a good slide to hand over to the next session. You just talked about digital assets there, and the next session we'll look at technology. Now, I'm afraid we've run out of time for this section, but you will be reappearing in about an hour or so, maybe less, in the panel, the Q&A panel, at the end of today's session. So we have got lots of questions for you, and I also have some questions. So with your permission, we will save those questions for the panel discussion at the end. And as you said, everybody that is registered today can have access to your slides. It's a very, very good presentation, a lot of information about some fantastic projects. So thank you for that. But I'm going to have to bring this stream to a close whilst we move on to the next session. And then, Engineer Wael, we will see you again in about an hour, about 40 minutes time, I think it will be, for the Q&A panel. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for everyone for your questions. And we will join Engineer Wael in 40 minutes again. And in the meantime, we will move on to technology solutions. So shukran. Okay, so we will now move across to stage 5 for a session on technology solutions. Again, you can use the icon on the left-hand side of your screen that says Stages. Select that icon,